All right, fellas, here we go. So since the last time we spoke, we discussed many ideas, and I wanted to remind you, give you a quick summary of the values that we have been concentrating on. Through these values, we understand the goals inside of them, the projectiles, the possibilities, and now we must start with this value frame. The value frame is what we have to maximize inside ourselves so then we can radiate that value. And this is, tied in with your sexual attraction, your social masculine frame, and your purpose. And in that comes your value. And when you create this, you can give it, you start every morning with forward momentum to create it and to give it. Because when you give the value is like a energy form where it just multiplies, it compiles with the value that you're, let's say, mitosis, like fusion. And since you're doing this, you should assume that others are doing this as well. We are always doing this since we, desire great outcomes. And if we value great outcomes, possibilities, and situations, then we will, learn to be in the right place in the right time to see them. So when we notice them, we will say what the mind and heart desire. And in this combination, if it's to the best of your ability, with as much clarity and truth as you are able to speak, you will allow it to go forth into the world. And that is the value that, changes everything, saves everything, loves everything, creates more of everything. This actualization process is exercised through what we say, and we can increase value through what we say, and we can increase others' value too, because we can teach them, we can learn from them, we can understand them, and we could reward them, rewarding and never shaming. We don't shame for them to be better. We want to reward them into getting better. So, as this is, taking place inside of you, you are in the right place in the right time, balance between chaos and order, because you will have, many things coming your way in this reality, many thoughts, many questions, many visions, many dreams, many thoughts, many situations. And so it is your, logos that is inside of you, this thing that is also that is becoming as well as being, because you're not just being, you're also becoming. And this transition that's always happening, this movement forward, it is going to, transform everything. And so since there's this bottom up growth factor that is in winning, in getting better, in loving, in getting more power, there's this upward force that is going upward, but we have to be ready to get it when it is coming downward. We need to meet that place. We need to make that moment. We need to believe in that thought. We need to believe in what we say, believe in what we do, and this just, creates insane confidence, insane levels of testosterone, and this is where the boldness comes from. Doing what you desire, reaching full expression of your psyche, reaching full expression of your physical body. It's going to take boldness. You can't be scared. You can't be hesitant to do it. No one else is going to do it for you. You want to increase your status, you got to do it. You want to increase your fame, you got to do it. You want to increase your power, you got to do it. You want to increase your competence, you want to do it. You want to increase your authority, you should want to do it. And if you can stop the gap between thought and word, thought and action, and just become, then this is when you are the most bold. And boldness creates you as a stronger individual, mentally and physically. And this intense satisfaction that you're able to bless everyone with because of your, glorious, your glorious masculine frame, your glorious feminine frame. If you're able to exercise both of these at the right time in the right place, then you will get what you want because you're using it how you desire, because you understand the frame of situation upon every unconscious moment that unravels itself, because you are believing what you see, you are seeing what you believe, you are not just confident, you are not just humble, you are everything in between that is righteous in everything that you do. And people will follow you. You will attract the strong men, you will attract the attractive feminine divine. And the same hero that climbs up to the top of hierarchies, understanding the rules, breaking the rules, creating the rules, self-overcoming all rules, then it is you that goes beyond feeling, that goes beyond emotion, and you are tapping into that power, that material matter that is, responsible for the creation itself, because it's not about what matters, but matter itself. And this is the combination of what I'm trying to help you understand, so you utilize everything inside of you. As this logos grows within us, then we have to grapple with it. It's going to come in forms of chaos. It's going to come in forms of order. We have to learn how to remain emotionally calm so we can just do it. And so as you do this, you will reveal many pathways in yourself, many pathways that you can take, because there are dangers, there are golden trails. And if you can locate that golden trail, not by just your articulation of thought, your articulation of problem solving, but you're just tapped into life force itself. You are tapped into life force itself, and this is going to be maximized with your health. This increase in health will increase your sexual attraction. This sexual attraction will attract, the feminine divine. Your discipline, your stoic mentality to remain calm and patient is what is going to put time in your favor. And as we put matter in our favor, let's put time in our favor as well. And so, as you increase the mother divine and father divine in you, then this is the frame that goes beyond what people see. And what people see is what you do. And if you're able to be seen in this orderly state, a disciplined state, a state that wants to execute the moment, then it's going to take reading, writing, speaking, thinking, believing, action, exercise, religiously done exercise, exercising your reading, exercising your writing, exercising your speaking, exercising all the willpower that you have within you. And this willpower paired with your desire to be healthy and your desire to see a bigger vision for yourself, then you will incorporate everything and love the world. And you will see what is given to you through this loving of the world, and you will just desire to give back, give to everything. And so as you increase your masculine frame, then you start to break through into what is purpose. And this purpose must be love and power and the desire to win, because that is what creates the most cherishable life. And all this, you will attract the feminine divine and the masculine divine. And the way you're increase the masculine frame is just with action and with work. With work and action. Hours and hours and hours. 60, 70, 80 hours of work, discipline, reading, writing, speaking, understanding, believing, dreaming, visioning. This is what you're spending your time on, men. This is what you're spending your time on when you are trying to build the masculine divine within you as well, women. And to increase the feminine divine is not to just have a masculine frame, but it's to be chasing the purpose, chasing something greater. And you will attract many forms of the feminine divine in flesh. And as this simplifies the reality of the feminine, then they will see this as a mimicry of you chasing your purpose. They don't understand masculine frame. They understand the divine frame, the divine feminine frame better. But it is the simplification of reality that creates our hierarchy of our hierarchy of values, and what they value is the pre-selection of what you reveal yourself to be, not just pre-selected by the approval of life itself, but more specifically to other forms of that feminine divine in the flesh, surrounding you. They will come your way, but your job is to not lust with them. Your job is to transmutate that love and make them your daughter in a sense, make them better, but still allowing them to create the relationship they want. But it is your job to reward that, and it is not your job to shame it. So as you increase the feminine divine, in abundance into your frame, this is something that the masculine frame is going to see, it's going to feel, it's going to want to release itself, become open, become vulnerable. But it is the hero that slays the dragon, goes back and slays another dragon, goes back and slays another dragon. It's not worried about the release. It's just trying to maximize power and winning. And power and winning is amazing once you do incorporate love. There's pathways to these mindsets that you can first embody. We can start with power, speed, precision, power, focus. We can talk about love, the value frame. And we can talk about winning, the specific plan of execution in your daily routines, in your room that is set up to serve you. It's going to create this cycle of winning. Wake up to the same things that are going to increase your cash flow, increase your abundance, increase your attraction to the masculine and feminine divine, to serve you into keeping you fed, quenched, alive, and believing. This mastery over the fundamentals is what allows us to get the one-up factor in our actualization. But it is the imagination of all of these values that we must incorporate in our daily lives and feel through our actions when we exercise these values upon those emotions that go beyond feeling. And it is the concentration into this where we're able to tap into sacred wisdom. We are able to tap into the holy matter, the Holy Spirit, the formless divine, life force itself. And as we master food, I was going to say fire, it's like energy, food, water, shelter, then there is one thing left for the life force to keep going. And you will realize this is when the feminine divine peeks in. It is our job to be calm and patient, to focus on the plan, to not get emotional, to focus on the plan. You're allowed to be enthusiastic. You're allowed to be charismatic. You're allowed to seduce. But you know your plans. You know what happens when everyone's around. You know the work you have to do. And that's what you have to be concentrating on. And those are the things that you're going to be daydreaming about when you're doing things that maybe you don't want to do during the day. Because maybe you're in psychological exhaustion. Maybe you're in psychological pain. Maybe you're in physical pain. And so the willpower that you gain, that is gained through the disciplined actions, is what will, keep mind together. It helps keep mind together. And then the mind helps keep everything else in order. So think about that. Think about that deeply, because it is this life force that I have learned to increase in myself, and specifically within the physical body's, limitations. I strive to find an unlimited life force source. And so, semen retention, celibacy, will increase the masculine frame, because you are disciplining the most organic impulse that is within us. Because everything is an impulse from somewhere. Impulse of lust, impulse of greed, impulse of envy, impulse of wrath, impulse of sloth, impulse of gluttony. And if we're able to put the strongest force above those things, then that becomes the guiding principle. And it is discipline and belief. Discipline is action. Belief is above mind, body, and spirit. It is tapping to the unknown, chaotic improbabilities as an acceptance of responsible, harmonious pain that fuels the passion to self-overcome and win. So let's win together. Semen retention, exercise it, do it. 1 day at a time, 2 days at a time, 3 days at a time, 4 days at a time, 5 days, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, year and a half, 2 years. Do it. Become disciplined. The hero has to go into the shadows. The hero has to leave and go into isolation and meditate on the sacred wisdom, his own thoughts, his own authentic thoughts and desires, where once you come back through that dream that was in the darkness, the imagination in the darkness is like a dream, the daydreaming, the thoughts that are organically coming through while the hero is listening to his own authentic voice from within. This authentic voice gets fueled by the rewards that is given to it. So we should reward others for doing what we love, because love is a feeling that is beyond emotion. It is the God's unlimited love power and his timing with, everything that is around us. So we have to tap into the flow state, into the unconscious. Do that. Discipline yourself. Semen retention and celibacy is the way.